How do I tell my crush I fell in love with her kids? I found my work crush Cher crying in the break room looking completely stressed. My dad's in the hospital and I need to fly out tonight, but I can't find anyone to watch my kids. My ex won't answer. The babysitter I hired bailed, and I can't afford to miss this flight, but I can't afford anything else either. She leaned against my shoulder, crying even harder. I volunteered without thinking. I'll watch them, I said, heart racing from how close she was to me. Are you serious? It's 3 kids. 3. For at least 2 weeks. I waved my hand around like a lovesick fool. Psh, how hard can it be? The kids showed up at my apartment that night with tons of suitcases. The oldest, around 14, looked at her mom and said, "Really? Another boyfriend?" Cher's face went red. "He's just a friend from work, Camilla." The middle one, 10, rolled his eyes. The youngest, 7, wouldn't even look at me. They stood in my doorway like they were being sentenced to prison. Cher hugged them quickly, told them to be good, and left for the airport. I stood there with 3 kids who clearly hated me and realized I was in way over my head. The first morning, I woke up early to make them pancakes when the oldest one, Camilla, laughed. "She's not here, you know. You can stop trying," she said. "Besides, you're not her type. Mom doesn't date guys without kids. We've seen this a dozen times already." It hurt, but it wasn't a lie. Cher's coworkers, guys from her gym, men from dating apps. Everyone wanted to play dad until they realized 3 kids meant actual work. And the kids really didn't make it any easier. From spilling drinks on my laptop to turning the TV up during important Zoom meetings, they hated every second with me. "Dude, just survive until she gets back, then ask her out," my friend told me. That became the plan. Survive 2 weeks, do whatever to keep the kids happy, be the hero, finally land a date with Cher. But like most things, it doesn't always happen the way you want it to. Sometime within the second week, the middle kid, m0re, came home from school trying to hide a black eye. Before I could even ask, Camilla grabbed ice from the freezer and held it against his face. "Just pretend you didn't see anything," she told me coldly. I bent down beside them and asked in a kind but stern voice, "Tell me what happened. Just leave me alone," he said, turning away. I shook my head. "I'm not here to lecture you, or get mad at you, or do anything without your permission, not even tell your mom, but I need to know what happened." m0re blinked at me and frowned. "Someone called me an orphan because I don't have a dad." I patted his head and thanked him, walking away as calm as I could, even though all the blood in my body was boiling with anger. The next afternoon, I took a half day at work and showed up at their school in a rental GTR, strikingly white, engine purring like a monster. I rolled down the window and waved, wearing sunglasses and a black polo. "Who's got the coolest dad now?" I said loudly, as m0re and his friends ran over excitedly. m0re watched his bully's jaw drop and quickly hopped in. He rolled down the window and flipped him off, which was my signal to immediately drive off the middle school campus. "Okay, I like the enthusiasm, but let's never tell your mother about this," I said, grinning. I picked up the other 2 kids and took them to In-N-Out for a quick afternoon snack, then surprised them with a baseball game. m0re ate in a helmet full of nachos, and I managed to snag a foul ball for little Celia. "Not bad, old man," Camilla said, watching her siblings enjoy the game. We made sure to take pics with the car and at the stadium, all covered in ketchup and mustard. I sent everything to their mom with a caption, "We wish you were here." After that, things between me and the kids sort of changed. When the youngest, Celia, had a nightmare and called for her mom, I sat beside her bed, reading out fairy tales until she fell asleep. I made the kids meals and lunchboxes, and we spent weekends crying to Camilla's favorite series, To All the Boys I've Ever Loved. In the last week together, I surprised Camilla at her secret choir concert, showing up with flowers, recording the entire show for her mom. She saw me in the audience, and her tough girl mask slipped for just a second. "You did great, kid," I told her after the performance. She hugged me back. "Thanks for being there for me." Cher finally came home after weeks of delays. The kids ran to her immediately, spilling about all the cool things we managed to do. Cher laughed. "They never warmed up to anyone before," Cher said, watching her kids show me their homework like it was totally normal. "What did you do?" "I stopped trying to date you and started seeing them like they were one of my own," I said. She blinked. "What?" "I mean," I cleared my throat and took a deep breath. "I volunteered to help because I like you. I've liked you for 3 years. But when I was caring for these kids, I felt a different kind of love that I never expected to have. And I just showed it to them the best way I could." Cher stared back at me, speechless. That's when the youngest, Celia, walked over with a drawing of the 5 of us smiling. "Can't we keep him?" I nodded. "Can't you keep me?" Cher laughed and agreed.